Hello and welcome to this video on integrating your Zabbix events into Faddom. Faddom's ability to receive events from Zabbix allows you to achieve faster troubleshooting by establishing Faddom as a single source of truth for your application maps and incidents. This allows you to see your up-to-date dependency maps as well as the operational context by showing your alerts by server. This immediately highlights any failing component and critically shows the upstream and downstream application services impacted, allowing your teams to understand the scope of any issue and to focus their efforts. There are some prerequisites that are needed for this integration. You need first to have the firewall open from Faddom to Zabbix to allow for the daily authentication. The firewall needs to be open from Zabbix to Faddom on whichever port you use for the UI, typically 443 or 9443, an API token from Faddom, which you can see in our guide on user access, and an API token from Zabbix to allow Faddom to authenticate in Zabbix, and you can refer to the Zabbix documentation for this. In order to set up the integration, you first need to set it up in Faddom. We already have one here. We'll take you through it. You go into your settings, event integrations. You would click on new. You'll put in the unique name, which will be the unique identifier in Faddom should you have other integrations. The type will be Zabbix. You'll put your server endpoint as well as the access token that you have from Zabbix. Once done, you will be given you will see this screen, you'll be given a Zabbix template YAML, which you need, as well as a link to the authentication access token in Faddom. Once done, we go into Zabbix. I'm just going to pause this video while I log into Zabbix. Welcome back. Once you are in Zabbix and you have set up your integration, you will go to your alerts and you'll set up a media type. You will click on import. You'll choose the file, which will be that YAML file that we had before. You'll click on open. You'll click on import, where you will then see it under Faddom API webhook. You will click into it and make sure it is enabled. By default, it should be, but it is always best to double check. Once that is done, you will go to administration and macros. You will then put in the secret text where it says Faddom token and click on update. Once this is done, you then go back to your alerts and actions, and then you select trigger actions, and this is where you will tell Zabbix to push the notifications to Faddom. Once you do, you click on create action in the top right. You will give it a name, for example, Faddom notifications. You'll then provide at least one of your conditions. You can select a trigger. You can select anything you want here based on your need. And you will get a list here. And if we do template, select. So you should see here a list of your events. You'll then select them here. Operations, you will select the details here. You will put update operations. You'll put send a message. You'll send to media type Faddom webhook. You'll click on add or send to users. You choose any of your users there and you click on add and click on add, and then you will see that here. Once done, we can go back to Faddom, where here you can see in two places your notifications. First, you have our operational events and notification screen. You access that by pressing the spell as I just did, and you'll be able to filter and see the source as Zabbix. Once there, you can also open a server and click on operational events from any screen where you see that server, and you will see the list. As you can see the pattern, and you can then decide if you need to close it or not, as well as see any maps it's a member of, and that way you get a full view of Faddom and your environment, understanding everything that is going on from Faddom. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or need any help, please do let us know, and have a good day.